Approach, my child, and choose where your new life shall begin. Are you a patron of? Even the lowest among us can rise to greatness.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything, or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone.
The security in Whiterun is terrible. Shameful as well.
Foolish old woman. You know nothing. Nothing of our struggles, our suffering.
Nothing. And what of my son? Hmm? What of Thorald?
Chops and steak.
So don't talk to me about suffering.
Your son chose his side, and he chose poorly, and now he's gone.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find.
Hi, the
what you're
9.
looking for.
I can't believe it's you.
Let me know.
I was just asking around if anyone knew where I might find you. My master and I recently arrived here in Skyrim from Citadel. It's been a long journey, but he sent me to see if I could find you. I thought I'd check the tavern and inn here in Whiterun first, and then set out to the other towns tomorrow. But fortunately, the gods favour me today, as you seem to have found me instead. He's heard of your escape from that awful dragon attack and urgently needs to speak with you. I know nothing more than that. It's at the inn in Falkreath. Could you please meet him at your earliest convenience? He only wishes to talk to you. Here, he gave me this note to give you, and a small token of his appreciation. Now then, I bid you good day, as I have another errand to run. No rest for the weary, as they say. Good day. Hi. There's something I can do for you. Hi, is there something I can do for you?
I just can't throw an order of his eyes on my own. Why don't you swallow that stone pie?
Need a ride? I can take you to any of the hold capitals. Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off. You'd best hurry it up. Couldn't ask for better weather.
Trouble?
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Blade and shadow, silence and death. These are my
Oh, hello.
arts. For a modest
Oh,
fee,
bless the divines, you
make
came!
great art for you.
Well met. And welcome. We have much to discuss. Will you tell me, what happened at Helgen?
You need to leave now. You need to leave.
We'll start with after. Your past is none of my concern. That you survived,
You need to
however,
leave.
is. Did you see if anyone else made it out of there?
You need
Where
to
are the
leave.
families, the children?
You need to leave.
Then it's as I feared. My
need
brother
to
and his
leave.
family are lost. Gods damn it
You need
all.
to leave now.
I'd hoped for better news.
You need to leave.
Yes, I've heard the fort is
You need
full
to
of them,
leave.
but appearances can also be deceiving. If I'm right, these are no
need to
bandits at all. I have it on good authority there is a man known
You need
only
to
as
leave.
Val inside the keep. He's the leader of a
You need to
small
leave.
group of mercenaries, for lack of a better term.
You need to
Their
leave
aim is to
now.
kill Thalmor wherever they're found. That they've come out of hiding is beyond mysterious. They're insurrectionists. A resistance movement, if you will.
You need to leave.
His name is Valerius Tiberius Artoria.
You need to
We
leave.
served for many years together in the Imperial Legion, as captains under Titus Mede II
need
during
to
the Great
leave.
War. He was a good man in those days, an
You need
honorable
to
man.
leave.
Then the Aldmeri invaded, and murdered his wife, son, and
need to
daughter
leave
in cold
now.
blood. They marched them down the streets of the Imperial City and tortured them until they were dead. Right in front of the Imperial Palace itself. They said, "Let it be known that any family members of Imperial officers found anywhere else in the province will receive a similar fate." There were many such atrocities committed by those wretched maggots within those walls. And even more unspeakable tragedies in the rest of Cyrodiil. We were under orders to flee the city for Skyrim when they invaded. We left our people, our families, defenseless. Most did not survive. The few that did make it out of there were scattered as refugees throughout the rest of the province. The plan was to regroup here in Skyrim, rest and resupply our forces, and return to the Imperial City to retake it. That took almost a year. Surely you know the history. If not, this book will help you understand a little of what we went through. When we finally returned to the city, there wasn't much left. We split our forces, and I led the charge from the southern waterfront district, while Valerius attacked from the west. March right down to the main gate and knock on the door, he said. The man had guts, that's for sure. After we retook the city, he started to change. He knew his family was gone, but when he learned that they were tortured in the streets, he went mad and vowed to avenge their deaths.
One of the first songs I ever learned.
He started conducting
Ragnar
covert
the Red.
operations that were unknown even to me,
Once
his
was a
closest
hero
friend.
named Ragnar the Red who came
He
riding
took a
to
handful
wipe
of his
my
most loyal men
instead.
and began assassinating Aldmeri officers and diplomats, wherever he could find them.
As he told of both battles in
Of course, all of
Helgen
this was
Bay.
without knowledge or consent from our commanders.
But then he went
When they were
quiet,
caught,
Ragnar the Red,
well,
when he met the shield
let's
maiden
just say justice
Matilda,
was
who
swift.
said,
But the Aldmeri feared making a martyr out of him, as they knew the people were aware of his family's torture and murder.
Time that you lie down and bleed. And so then came clashing and slashing of steel
No,
as the brave
but
lass
under
Matilda
pressure from the
charged down full
Thalmor,
of
Titus
zeal.
locked him and his men away in the Imperial prison for the rest of their
Braggart
lives.
named Ragnar was boastful no more.
Soon after,
When
I
his
decided
ugly
my
red head
service
rolled
had
around on the
come to its
floor.
end, and retired from the Legion. But you don't get to be a captain and not accumulate a few favors. Well, Yes and no. I wasn't actually involved in the operation, but a young lieutenant who served under me was stationed there after I retired. And he found an ancient passage out of the prison that had long been forgotten about. We always heard the stories about it from ages ago, but none of us believed they were true and dismissed them as fairy tales. But they were true, and Lieutenant Buckingsley found the passage. So, on a dark and stormy night, Buckingsley quietly slipped a key into Valerius's cell and created a diversion, which bought Val enough time to escape.
At some point we should hire Tekla on here.
They went straight away to Hammerfell to join the Red Guard rebellion against the Aldmeri Dominion. It was rumored a secret brotherhood who called itself the Keepers of Hatu was formed after the signing of the Second Treaty of Stros Makai. Most people passed these rumors off as baseless gossip, but the name Hatu always had intrigued me. Hatu was the mountain where the Red Guard hero Frandar Hunding and his sword singers made their final stand against the armies of Hero. It was a bloody battle in their history, but their victory led them to a new land they named Hammerfell, which began the modern-day Red Guard Society. Here, I brought a few of my old books along just to refresh my memory. Perhaps you'd like to study them, if you're interested in history. You may read them at your leisure. Where were we? Oh, yes, the name is a metaphor, meant to imply a final stand, much the same as the one Frandar made at Hatu Mountain. It was also widely known that this brotherhood was made of all races, all united in a singular cause under the banner of the hammer and anvil. Yes, I see you've been listening. Not only defeat them, though, that would not be enough, but to cleanse Tamriel of the Thalmor and their racist Aldmeri Dominion forever.
But then he went quiet,
Yes, interesting, isn't it? I've heard the name Valerius Artoria associated with them on more than one occasion. First, who better to lead such an organization than someone as skilled in warfare as he? Second, who better to intimidate your enemy than a legend well known as an assassin of their kind, even if he were dead? And if he is still alive, and his men still serve with him, it seems logical that they would return to Skyrim along with the Thalmor. I need you to go try and talk to Valerius. Reason with him. Tell him Marcus Janus requests a meeting with him. Tell him I'll come to the fort alone. Present company excluded, of course. Give this ring to him. It was his wife's wedding band. If any of his men try to accost you, show it to them and tell them it is a gesture of goodwill from me. They'll give you quarter if they know I sent you. Approach the guards and show them the ring. Tell them Marcus Janus sent you to see Valerius Tiberius Artoria on urgent business. Show them this note with my seal, but tell them it's for Valerius. His eyes only. Please, return to me as soon as you can. I'll prepare to leave and be ready to go when you return. Make haste, young one, and may fortune favor the foolish.
Blade and shadow. I know nothing of fear. I am an artisan. After all, where is the value in creating art if there is nobody left alive to see it? Walk always in shadow.
What's a milk drinker like you?
Stop right there. Don't even think about moving. You see my friends coming? They won't hesitate to kill you if you so much as breathe funny. Now, who are you? And what is the meaning of this intrusion? Quickly now, speak. Oh, funny guy, eh? How funny would it be if we got you like a hawker? Never heard of him? You are mistaken. There's nobody but... Don't know him either. I'm beginning to run out of... I don't know who you are, stranger. But I advise you to choose your words very. Let me see that. Did you say Marcus Janus? From the war, Very well. I will take you inside. But all of us have our eyes on you. Follow me.
What do you think you're doing? Who is this person, and why have you brought them here?
He has an urgent message for you from Marcus Janus. He was alone, and I thought you would want to talk to him.
What? Marcus Janus? Balfring, have you gone completely mad? That's impossible.
I thought the same thing, sir. But it's true. He showed me a letter to you with Marcus's seal. It's real, all right. And sir, somehow Marcus has found Sabrina's wedding ring and sent it to you.
Very well. We'll see about this. Balfring, you are dismissed. All of you may resume your patrols.
Yes, sir.
I don't know who you are or why you're here, so you'd better have some good answers to my questions. May I see that ring? You say you were sent by Marcus Janus? Where is he now? And do you know how he came into possession of this ring? Yes, I suppose that may have been possible, but this is all so overwhelming. Thank you. I love them very deeply. I nearly went mad after they were murdered by those Altmerate dogs. I wanted nothing but vengeance. Every day of my life is burned with nothing but the desire to make them pay for their murders. But enough of that. Let's see this... yes. Mark, tell me, how has he found me here? Very clever, that one. Always was. Bandits. It's not far from living our lives in the shadows, hiding and skulking about like some caged skeever looking for his next piece of cheese. Honor? Bah. Any honor I had died with... But no doubt he's filled your head with tales of glory from the war, stories of the keepers of Hatu. This hatred. I suppose I would still be rotting down in that damn prison were it not for Marcus. And rot is nonetheless still rot. The only difference, really, is where and how. Why would he want to help me? After he sees what I've become, he'll leave soon enough. At least then we can say our proper goodbyes to one another. Now, be gone. Please leave me in peace.
By order of the Yard. Stop right there. Smart. Strangers like you bring war.
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
Can I help you, friend? Civil war. Excellent. Well done. I was hoping that it wouldn't be too much of a burden on you to escort me to the keep. There's another 250 gold. I'm right behind you, but don't go too fast. Unlike you young ones, I'm not put out for this shit.
Nothing new to talk about right now, friend. Stay safe out
Valerius Tiberius Artoria, you old dog. Come here, my friend. Let us have a look at you.
Marcus, why have you come here?
Valerius, I'm sure this is quite a shock to you, and terribly unexpected. I came here to check on my family, but it appears none of them survived. And I realized you were here, so I decided it was in both our interests for two old friends to meet again. At last.
Ah, your brother, yes. Marcus, I'm very sorry. But whatever the circumstances, it does my eyes good to see you again after all these years.
Yes. Same here, old friend. Same here. So, the Keepers of Hatu in Skyrim. Who would have ever dreamed of such a time?
All right, Janice, what is it you really want? Don't forget, I know you, so out with it!
Yes, you do know me, old friend, better than most. Very well. I aim to rebuild this town, and make her my home.
Rebuild? Janice, I have no intention of helping you or anyone else rebuild a town. I'm here on other business.
Yes, I know, Valerius, but if what I propose is true, perhaps we can be mutually beneficial to one another. All I'm asking is that you hear me out. After that, if we're not in agreement, we can part ways and you'll likely never see me again. But Valerius, there's plenty of time to get to all that later. Right now, let's just catch up on old times.
Well, you're in luck, Janice. Those bandits left some fresh wine downstairs, and I need a drink.
Yes, I could use a drink too, old friend. Let me say goodbye to my new friend, and I'll join you. I can't thank you enough for your help. As agreed, here is your compensation. I apologize for that. I certainly wasn't intentionally keeping anything from you. I just wanted to meet with Valerius before I brought it up. But yes, I want to make Helgen my home. You know, I grew up just across the border in Cyrodiil. And Helgen was... I have many fond memories of those days. And now, let's just say he'd be happy. And from what I could tell as we came in, it'll be a lot of work cleaning everything up. But nothing... Then we can take a look at what's left of these buildings and be... I'm sure there'll be plenty of work for you if you're... Why don't you take a day and think about it? That'll give Valerius and I some... Can you return to see us in a day or so? Thank you once again, friend. I'll see you then.
Now then, Marcus, let's go get that wine. You're in one piece, so I trust you.